Well, welcome the latest addition to my collection, which is this bad boy right here, which is as most of you will probably know, is the J Mascis Jazzmaster. These are no new, these have been about for a while. I've known about these guitars for a while, but I just never ever picked one up, and I don't know why, because the spec and stuff really appeals to me, especially the fact that it's got the Adjustomatic bridge on there, or Tune-o-matic, and it's got the split post, decent vintage split post tuners on there as well, and just generally the pickups as well, which are, I think they're actually more like P90s than Jazzmaster pickups, but that suits me just fine because I love P90s. And they've just got a really good reputation, and I've known about them for a while, and I've just never ever bought one. And then I saw one at a guitar store in Glasgow. I've got a thing about fingerboards. I like them to be as dark as possible. It's not a deal breaker all the time, but I just really like it when they're nice, dark and non-streaky. Some might disagree, some guys like the streaky wood, but I generally don't. I prefer it to be nice and dark. I like ebony for that reason, even that streaky sometimes. So when I saw this one, I don't know if you'll see it too much on this video, it's got a nice dark uniform board on it, which really appealed to me when I saw it in the pictures. I got them to send me a few pictures of it, because it's not as easy just to go in and try it this time, and I really liked it, and I thought, yeah, I'll take it. And I just collected it earlier, and I'm just doing the usual thing where you kind of feel the neck and giving it a wee play and that and checking it over. I think it's maybe strung up with 10s though, so I might put 9s on there because I prefer 9s. But other than that, it feels really nice. I've had a wee play for the last 5 minutes. I've literally just opened it in the last 10 minutes. So I'll maybe plug it in and go through a few sounds, but my first impressions of how it feels and the build quality, it feels really substantial, you know. It's not like sort of your lower end Squiers, it can feel a bit cheap. The tuners and that feel really good as well. A lot of the time I would change tuners on a Squier, but these might actually be fine. Well, so far they seem to be anyway, but as I say, I've only tried it for the last 10 minutes, so I'll put it through its paces a bit more later on. But I love how it looks. I've heard some people say the tremolo isn't very stable on these, which is pretty, to be honest. I mean, I won't use the tremolo on this very much. I've not bought it for that reason. But I think even on your Fender ones, it can be quite difficult to get them to stay in tune as well. So that's not really a big issue for me. And to be honest with you, it's one of the few Squiers that I think I'll buy that I generally don't really see much that I would like to do yet. A lot of the time I buy Squiers and mod them, put new pickups and new hardware and all the rest of it, but with this I really don't see, in the early signs anyway, I really don't see any need in that. I like the sound of the pickups, they're really nice, they're quite hot, like hot P90s, but that suits me, and they're not really loud either, considering they are actually single coil pickups. The neck feels really nice. To me, it's slightly thicker than a modern C shape. I think anyway, it's hard to tell, but it's not really what I would call thin, but it's not a chunky neck either. It's kind of in between, which is nice. It's got the 12 frets on there, and the fretboard feels really nice. It's not got that dry feeling that sometimes you get with the cheaper Squiers. But I've been saying that this isn't cheap. These are 400 quid upwards for one of these, so in Squier terms, it's pretty expensive actually. But as I say, I'm still getting to grips with it. I'll maybe just fire through a few wee clean tones and that, maybe a wee bit of dirt as well, just to see how it sounds. But there's a million demos out there on these things, so there's probably loads better than mine. But I'll fire through a few sounds anyway. Right, clean on the bridge. Position. Neck. Put on my treble booster. won't go on too long with the signed demos because there's not really much point. As I say, there's a ton of demos out there on this guitar. I just thought I'd stick it on the channel anyways. It's a new edition. And to be honest, I really don't know why I've waited so long to get one of these. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. As I say, they've got a great reputation. You'll see that by reading reviews online, and certainly well worth the money that I paid for it. So there you go, the J Mascis Jazzmaster. I'm one of the latest ones to pick up one of these bad boys, and it goes without saying I'm really happy with it.